welcome to the last in the current series of Don't Feed the Gondolas. It's been a series in which Brendan O'Connor repeatedly proved that chicks love it when you look like a character from the Beano. Despite his forthcoming nuptials, beautiful women threw themselves at Brendan, yet always he maintained himself with dignity. It's time for us to find out.
Sorry, Twink, stop. Sean, her hands are everywhere.
Sorry,
Can you
sorry.
Anne Doyle's going to be reading the news tomorrow night. There was a fire in Serbia. Everyone's at home thinking.
Is that what you thought?
Things have been going on up in the north and there was some stuff down in Cork.
There's some stuff up from Cork.
But while Brendan was busy charming the likes of Anne, Dara, the so-called nicey one, Mr. Nicey Pants, sat and watched. No one threw themselves at Dara, which is ironic because with someone as big as him, it's hard to miss. So while Brendan slobbered over Twink, Dara vented his frustration by being pig-ignorant to the guests.
Because if we get a shot just of Michael, I mean, if you've ever seen Michael when he's just doing a bit of a report on something in Central Stadium or something like that, like Michael would be there doing the report, and you just get a single shot of Michael on that one, right? Just for a second, lovely, and then all of a sudden, in the middle of the report, in will pop this guy going. They're great, like. This obviously is done in rounds. There's round 1, round 2, but we don't spit during the rounds. When it's over, there's no thing going on, right? So fight the natural urge there if you can. Right. Of course, because this is somewhat the Don't Feed the Gondolas prison special.
Yes, it is indeed.
Tony's done a bit of time in Chokey. Ming was in the big house before Christmas. Just as a matter of interest, like, and I'm not, and you know, there's no judgment. There's no judgment. At a time of incarceration, a man turns in strange directions, right? But like with yourself and Ming, right, you're both experienced jailbirds. Who'd be the bitch? Who'd be the dominant one?
You have the country up in a hames. You go into pubs where people have just sort of been passing by and go into the pub for a quick pint, ordinary, decent citizens. And your man goes in waving his big RTE wallet of £10 notes, filling people up with drink, bringing them out in the street and then asking them these silly questions.
We have had, though, a fascinating variety of guests on this series. Men and women from a startling array of backgrounds. The kind of people who you mightn't think of as funny, yet on the day prove themselves capable of a number of comic broadsides. Above all, we wanted our guests to be the best they could be. Now we have some VT which we think gives something of a clue. This is Gabo and Jerry meeting for the first time in the Late Late Show studio. Now what I want you to watch out for is what are Gabo's arms doing. Have a look at this. Now there's Gabo, he's got the microphone in one hand. He's having a bit of a root around the back there, I think. Gabo is scratching his arse on live television. Now watch what he does with the hand. Now, because Patricia is with us this week in our office during the week, we're investigating green politics and trying to find out what they're all about. And of course, as you know, Greens want to save the planet. And sometimes they're the only people with that message. And all too often, it's really hard to get a word in edgeways.
Look at New Zealand and other countries. You simply, I went there, I saw it.
Patricia McKenna, what's your view?
That is quite wrong.
Totally,
you were
utterly
in government
dishonourable.
yourself.
But the
no
Irish
farmer will get more than 40,000. We could do all
Will you
the
respond to that, Oliver? The British government did do that.
Patricia McKenna, you
Well,
took
that's
the
the sort
case.
of language that's really helpful.
You're the ones doing it. You're the ones
Sorry,
doing
gentlemen.
it.
Sort of language
Sorry.
that doesn't help.
You're doing
Sorry,
it.
gentlemen. Patricia
Be fair
McKenna.
on it.
Well,
why don't you actually
and that is in process.
Tomorrow night and next week on Questions and Answers. Sorry, I'm moving on. And no, I'm sorry, Patricia. I'm chairing this debate and we're closing Mastering.
That was my case you were talking
Margaret
about.
Ward has another question.
Bloody Margaret Ward gets in before you. Patricia, that must be really annoying when people interrupt you like that.
Sean, I don't think we really
Yeah, I agree with you, yeah. Sorry, no, Patricia McKenna, sorry.
is...
Yes, let us be.
Dara, this is
The
nothing
problem
to do
is
with
when
you.
you've got a
no.
panel of men...
This is about Patricia McKenna, Dara.
Try and get a
She's
word
my
in.
neighbour.
Too long. They can't hear the voice.
Yeah, but
Patricia McKenna,
Yeah,
Shut
well,
up, George!
Listen, I think that woman over there has
the problem is not...
No, please, no, Margaret Ward. Where is she? Patricia McKenna subsequently rang up to complain about that gag. Or did she? I don't know, we weren't really listening, to be honest with you. Which is unusual, because on the show, listening is what we're all about. Every week we have stuck our thermometer up the bum of the nation to test the temperature of public opinion.
Excuse me, sir, could I ask you a quick question, please? It was claimed this week in a Dublin magazine that Gay Byrne introduced Ireland to homosexuality. If that's true, do you think his fans won't know which way to turn?
The world's gone crazy. You're living in a crazy world, a cuckoo world today, am I right?
You're right.
It shocks me what I hear today, am I right? They do anything for money. They sell their soul today for money, am I right?
Thanks very much, sir.
One time, he's a multi-millionaire, am I right? He'll never do good. If they won't give more to charity, to do better. It's the wee things in life that count, not dying a millionaire. Yeah. When you look at those young children there with no sanitation, how can the whole lot of millions of people, am I right, man?
You're right, I agree.
Can I ask you a quick question, please? This club is called Stringfellows Nightclub. Do you think that's because it's full of old fellas trying to get the leg over? No. Excuse me, sir. Could I ask you a quick question, please? It was reported in the papers this week that Ryanair is thinking of cancelling 5 new routes because of high airport charges. Do you think that's really the case, or is it just that Ryanair are a shite airline?
Well, I wouldn't answer that. If you ask me in proper language, then I might answer. How dare you?
Yes, I'm Bulgarian. Now, as you might know, we don't transmit everything we record. For instance, before every show, we have a competition with the audience where we give them half a joke and they have to provide the punchline. Now, this is actually a real example from today's audience. The question we asked was, what's the difference between Sinead O'Connor and a chipper? One fries chips while the other one carries a huge one around on her shoulder. So, as you can see, the audiences are really stupid. So, we have some more examples of that. These were taped before we started recording each show, so the camera work isn't exactly perfect. So sit back and enjoy the wit of a Gondolas audience. What's the difference between Bewitched and a pharmacy? A pharmacy advertises the use of beauty products. Bewitched demonstrate the need. What's the difference between Dickie Rock and NATO? I don't know, but I like cheese. What's the difference between Madonna and a lawnmower? Madonna has a bigger box than a lawnmower. Madonna mowing a lawn would be a fairly frightening sight then. We're going to go for a commercial break now. In part 2, we're revealing the exclusive results of our internet poll in which you, the viewers, voted for the stupidest person in Ireland. But as we go, remember, it's a big world out there.
There's a woman, Mary McDoo. She's 3 doors down from me. She actually has a little shrine.
Yeah.
I'm not making this up now.
No.
She's a little shrine to Pádraig Finn, and she's been lighting candles in front of it at the moment.
Yeah.
In fact, the parish priest is down and giving out to her about worshipping false gods and stuff like that.
Can I ask you a few questions about it first? Is that
Sure.
all right? Are the bathrooms en suite?
Are they, I'm sorry?
Are they on... Sorry, you don't understand. That's French. En suite?
And Sweden?
No, en suite. That's French. That means is the toilet in the room? Not in the room.
Oh,
Is there a
okay.
separate room? You know, you wouldn't want the toilet in the room. The smell is disgusting, especially with Pádraig in there. I can tell you that after 8 years. So do you have that? Are they?
Television? Is that what you mean?
The opening of a tractor shop here in the village, you see. Now, this is the big thing, obviously, around here.
Okay.
And I don't know, would Monica be familiar with Zetters or Massey Ferguson's or that sort of thing? I suppose not.
I wouldn't know,
No.
but I would guess not, no.
No, right. But all we'd want her to do anyway is come down and just... And it's a little place in the west of Ireland. There'd be none of them paparazzi now or any of them fellas following her around, you know. It'd just be the local paper, you know. And she'd come down and just open it up. And we'd give her a few words to say about winter scour and that kind of stuff. it's actually now, we're only a little village, only a few hundred people, and already now there's pro and anti-Dole factions. Could you believe that now, in a little village in Ireland? That's it. There's a woman up the road from me now, Marge McDoo. Now she's dead against Dole, and she won't talk to us at all. But she got notions a few years ago when this county councillor got her pregnant, and she thinks she's great.
Welcome back to this special edition of Don't Feed the Gondolas. There have been many phrases associated with this programme. Don't talk to me about cream caramels, those bastards ruin my life. Cream caramels, creamy arse more like. Or you're a dirty, dirty boy who needs a big ship parked and a spotty botty so chubby sailing cream caramels can ride on the ocean wave. However, one phrase above all will follow us to our graves. Actually, when we were just doing that bit in the car park, a car went past us with a fella hanging out the window saying, "Don't feed the bollocks." The old Dublin wit there, you can't be. And speaking of going out onto the streets, our State of the Nation round is perhaps the most taxing to prepare. To get those precious 4 good answers requires a long, frustrating trek through a forest of rejection and bewilderment. It was reported in the newspapers this week that 2/3 of hospital admissions are related to smoking.
I don't know anything about it. Do I think what?
Do you think it's about time Donegal people stop jumping out of bushes and saying boo to each other?
I don't know what you're talking about.
He's having a clue.
Excuse me, sir, could I ask you a quick question, please? Excuse me, could I ask you a quick question, please? All right, then. Where'd you get the hat? Excuse me, sir. Okay, so, could I ask you a quick question, please? That's a no, then. How's it going? We just want to ask you a quick question. But while we may have met the odd eccentric out on the byways of Ireland, some of the people who've come in here have also had their own unique take on the week's events. Will we ever forget the day when music guru BP Fallon sat in that chair over there and when asked about Jackie Healy-Rae, wittily replied, "Sorry, I've never heard of the chick." So no surprise then that sometimes our own team captains seem incapable of giving a straight answer to a straight question. Dara, your question is, what would you do with a pullet?
What would I do with a pullet? Now, you're presuming I don't know what a pullet is. Because I'm from Bray.
That was kind of the point of it. It's a kind of a quiz show.
Because down the country they have all these fancy names for things. Pullet is a small chicken. Right?
Oh, right.
Yeah, so I know that.
I'm
sure everyone knows that, right? And what you do with a small chicken, obviously, is you raise it from a chick to a slightly larger chicken, then you build it up to it's a really, really big chicken, and then what you do is, and correct me if I'm wrong, you take it to a pub car park somewhere in Offaly, and you raise money by fighting it against other chickens. That's the tradition for years. It's always been the way. And then you come out, you bring out your little chicken, you put a little waistcoat on him, a little kind of dressing gown with the words "Don't count your chickens" written on the back, and the chicken comes out ready to go for it, and then the champion chicken comes in, and he comes in on a motorbike suspended on wires, right, with a little monocle and a cane going, "I am the greatest chicken fighter in the world."
As I said in the first half, we don't transmit everything we record. You might be stunned to learn that there is the occasional mistake, as well as times when we all get a bit giggly. Now, just to explain what you're going to see here, before each show we do a warm-up, which has remained pretty much the same since the series started, so much so that sometimes we get sick of hearing each other's gags, particularly mine. That's it for tonight. Please visit our website where you can still vote in our ongoing poll to elect the stupidest person in Ireland, and it's worth pointing out that you don't have to vote for me. All right, but as we go, this week it was announced that a team from Pakistan International Airlines will now be based at Shannon Airport, following the introduction of a new Shannon to Karachi service. Earlier on, I rang Pakistan Airlines in Karachi to let them know that the queue is jumping up and down again. Speaking at a book launch last week, Bertie Ahern appealed to trade union movement not to abandon the system of what?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Social partnership is the actual answer.
Jeez, we did well there.
Didn't we?
We did, yeah.
You do better. Give you a week in a dictionary, you'd be shagged, wouldn't you?
Listen, the gaff is blown. We might as well forget it.
It's all over now. Sorry, we're going home now. That's it. I'm giving up. Right, okay. Sorry, I had to add up the points there. They cut that big out so I look really clever.
You do that line every week.
I know, yeah. Oh, and if there is a fire, the biggest killer is climbers.
Hang on. I've an idea. We split them down the middle. And one has to say, oh my God. And the other has to say, how's the dress?
Okay.
Oh my God!
It's getting very bitchy now, isn't it?
Listen, I'm taking off the mask. I'm really Carrie Crowley.
Okay, you're right. Okay. Brendan and Eunice, you're 50 seconds, in fact. I was taking time off her cheek there, you know. We'll do that.
Often enough at this stage.
Oh, Jesus, it's terrible when the cocaine wears off. Just in case any RTE management are watching, that last comment was a joke. And we will be sending out a memo to explain what a joke is. But let's take a break from nostalgia for a moment, because as you may know, in this series we've asked our viewers to visit our website and vote for who they think is the stupidest person in Ireland. The votes have been collated, and to ensure that everything is above board, we have invited in one of the country's most respected journalists to announce the results. So please welcome, from primetime, Miriam O'Callaghan, everybody. Miriam O'Callaghan. Oh, Miriam. Sorry, Miriam, I thought you dropped the hand there for a second. I'm sorry. Okay, so Miriam, so obviously the results have been collated and you have them with you.
I have them, and it's worth stressing that they're the viewers of Don't Feed the Gondolas.
Right.
So I will stress that.
So you're just, distancing yourself from it as much as possible,
Absolutely,
basically. Okay, fair enough.
Insult
Okay.
everybody, but I'll give them to you now,
Okay,
right?
yes, please, yes.
In joint 5th place, the winners of the stupidest person in Ireland are Eamon Dunphy and Ian Paisley. In 4th place, our very own EU Commissioner Pádraig Flynn. In 3rd place, the one and only, they ignored you, Sean Moncrief. In 2nd place, Carrie Crowley, the one I will be killed for. And in 1st place, the viewers of Don't Feed the Gondolas have voted the most stupidest person in Ireland, Ronan Keating.
That's great, fantastic, that's fantastic. Thank you very much, Miriam. Thank you very much for coming and doing that for us. Miriam O'Callaghan, everybody, that's fantastic. Yes, that's fantastic news. Sadly, Ronan can't be with us today, but he did send us this message. However, we will be sending him on his award, which is a voucher for a free pint in Cahill's pub and a free pint in Blundell's pub, both of which are located in sunny downtown Ahascra, yes? Yes, indeed. And speaking of Ahascra...
Do you mind if I ask you, are you a Catholic now? Because I don't know if you'd understand this.
Yes.
You're a Catholic?
Yes.
Oh, that's great now. Now, as you know, here in Ireland now, we're all Catholics. I don't know if you've heard of this now in Ireland. Have you heard of the sacred...
No.
The sacred...
I have an Irish husband.
You have an Irish husband, have you? Oh, that's great now. Well, he'd probably know about this now. The Sacred Carrot of Ahascra. Have you heard of that? You've heard of the Sacred Carrot? Oh, that's great now. This makes it easier then, yes. The thing is that the plan was that we'd get these telegraph poles, we'd paint them white, and we'd stick them up in the middle of the village, you see. And as there was a countdown to the millennium, we'd get some of our local celebrities to throw tractor tyres over the top of it. As a countdown thing, you know. Throwing tractor tyres is a kind of a local sport around here. And we already have Pascal, he was from a local group called Pascal's Country Sound. I don't know if you know them. You probably don't. What am I talking about? But anyway, we have him, and we also have the oldest man in the village. His name is Micheline McDoo, and he's actually blind now, and he has no legs, but he's off the cigarettes very well. The point was, what they wanted me to ask you now was that there wouldn't be a copyright thing or anything like that. There wouldn't be.
There would indeed be a pretty strong copyright on this one, yeah.
Oh, would there now? There'd be a problem there.
just a small problem. But I do like the sound of your scheme, man.
We have lots of Nobel connections. There's a fellow over in Caltra, which is a village just 5 miles down the road. He says he's the third cousin of Nelson Mandela. Can I ask you this now while I have you on the phone? Are you still all mad into the line dancing over there?
It's not that much style.
Oh, it's gone out a bit now, is it? What's the other thing now? My daughters were telling me they're all mad into now in America. What's it called again? Crack cocaine. Do you see All right, okay. Well, will you pass that message on to him anyway?
I will.
Thank you very, very much now.
Well, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Slán awalya.
Now, what a lot of people want to know is, what's our favourite bit in the series? Well, if a gun was put to our heads, which happens quite often, we'd have to say that there was a man we met on the streets of Rathfarnham, a man who was part TV critic and part genius.
Excuse me, sir, could I ask you a quick question, please?
RTE?
That's right, Jack.
Serious?
No, it's serious RTE, yeah. It was reported in the papers this week that the Minister for Foreign Affairs, David Andrews, ran up a mobile phone bill of over £6,000. Do you think at this stage he'd know all he'd need to know about lesbian lust girls?
Yeah, you have me on now. That's a joke.
No, he did run up a mobile phone bill of 6,000.
What's that got to do with lesbian, whatever you're talking about?
Lesbian lust girls.
Lesbian lust girls? What are they? Now you, the fucking big smile on the man's face. Why is he laughing?
I don't know, he's a happy chap.
It's an RTE, that's it. Now, fucking RTE, I'm going to ring up RTE now. When I go home and ask them out, have they got reporters in Rathfarnham Village? And what's that got to do with the Minister what? And who's he?
David Andrews.
You're trying to slag off David Andrews now, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, that's your game, is it? You slag him off, he's a nice man.
All right, so, sir, thanks very much. Okay.
Is there any other politicians you want to talk about around the area? Tom Pitt, James Brennan, Liz O'Donnell. That's the other fella, Alan Shatter, and Olivia Mitchell. That's the 5. Do you want to have a word with them? No?
No.
Just David Andrews. Mm-hmm. You want to go into David Andrews, in other words. Huh?
Well, that seems to wrap it up then, really. Monday night, 9:30, Network 2.
And what do we get in with this?
Well, you can get your agent to fax us. They'll take a big... Yeah, no, unfortunately, no. I don't have it to give.
Jeez. 48. 9:30.
9:30. Network 2, 9:30.
Who's on it now?
It's a program called Don't Feed the Gondolas.
Yeah, that's not on at 9:30.
What time is it on?
Huh?
What time is it on?
This other Sean Moncrieff, whoever he is, another.
What a better phrase to sum up this series. It's time to go now, but as we do, let's enjoy some quality musical entertainment. On behalf of all the people both in front and behind the cameras, thanks for helping us feed the gondolas. Good night.
As many of you will know, I recently got married. I'd like to leave a very special wedding present behind for some of the ladies of my life that I've left behind. This is for you girls, all 367 of you. To all the girls I've loved,